What's Tucker Nation? Welcome back once again. It's your host, the G-Man, as we continue with our 2016 NFL Draft Review. Today we're going to discuss the Houston Texans, and I have to say, I love the Texans. I love J.J. Watt. I love Coach O'Brien. I like what they do. With any kind of quarterback last year, they would have been much better. Jadeveon Clowney has been a complete disappointment, but their defense between Merciless and Watt and their defensive backs, they're a team to like, and I think they're a team on the rise, and this draft certainly didn't do anything to hurt that perception. In the first round, they didn't pick till 21st, and they got to me the number one receiver on the board. I love Will Fuller. And I am a noted Notre Dame hater, right? I'm not a guy who's a Golden Domer who roots for the Irish. In fact, I root against them because when I was a little kid, my father told me you never bet against Mother Church. Well, I've spent my life betting against Mother Church, and oftentimes they've rewarded me because they've been disappointing, frankly. They're not the Big Six school that everyone thinks they are, despite having Big Six talent. But Will Fuller's the real deal. I heard talk about he dropped passes, didn't run great routes. All I know is they played a tough schedule. This guy made big play after big play with a second or third string, depending upon how you look at it, quarterback, and he got deep. He's strong. To me, he reminds me of Terrell Owens. Is he going to drop the occasional pass? Yeah, he is. He's strong after the catch. He's fast, and he's big enough to go up and get it. An absolute home run in the first round in Will Fuller. Second round, Nick Martin, another home run. They need an interior lineman. He's a great interior lineman. I think they did a hell of a job. I like what Houston's doing. They seem to have a plan again. They didn't freak out. They didn't reach for anything. They went with what was available to them, best players on the board. Now, it doesn't hurt them, in my opinion, that their best players match up with my best players, but I do think Nick Martin was an excellent selection. Braxton Miller in the third round, anybody who's talked to me or heard me say, I love Braxton Miller. I think given a little bit of time, he's going to be a tremendous slot or outside receiver. I think he's smart enough, big enough, fast enough to do both of them. As he learns the nuances, and I think being a quarterback previously will help him, I think the sky's the limit. I also think he can help on special teams. He's another dual threat guy for Houston, which gives them now Miller and Fuller to go along with DeAndre Hopkins on that offense. They don't have a tight end. They may not need one. What a great job. Fourth round, Tyler Ervin. I thought a little bit of a reach. I think he's a little tall for a running back, and he runs very upright, and he's going to get dinged. But let me tell you, he's a big play waiting to happen, and they could use a playmaker. So maybe he helps as a third down back and on special teams, but I think he has a role. Even their reach, I consider him a reach, is going to come and be able to step in and help them. So another excellent job by the Texans. In the fifth round, they finally addressed a little bit of defense, more for depth than anything else, because I'm not sure they needed much more than that. K.J. Dillon's a safety. I think is going to make the team be a special teams guy. DJ Reader, defensive tackle. Who knows? They have a very strong defensive front, so it's going to be hard to make that squad. But if you get in that room, you work with a J.J. Watt, who knows? He certainly has athletic ability. So Braxton Miller, to me, is the steal of this draft. I mean, I could have said Will Fuller, but he went right where I expected and right where he belongs. So he's not really a steal. He's just an excellent pick. Braxton Miller in the third round's my steal. The reach to me would be Irvin, but even their reach, like I said, I think he's going to get considerable time and contribute. This is an A draft to me. I think Houston knocked it out of the park, which is good because I do like them as a team. I root for O'Brien. Hopefully Osweiler's the real deal because now he has a ton of toys to play with. O'Brien's an offensive coach. Now he has the offense to play around with. Hopefully they'll be able to turn around and do that job, get even further over that hump, maybe 11-5 this year. So with your 2016 team-by-team review of the Houston Texans, I'm your host, the G-Man, and I am out.